Hi, welcome to today's video where I'm going to answer the question, how do we create change? More importantly, how do we create lasting, sustainable change? Now join me where I share 5 tips that I've learned in my career as a change manager in projects between non-for-profits, community projects, big corporate projects all around the world. So I'm going to start with some of the wisdom I've learned in a book that I've read recently from Tyson Yunkaporta Porter, and in his book Sand Talk he shares how indigenous wisdom can help us to save the world and some of the global issues that we're facing at the moment. Lots of highlights and post-its, so it's worth sharing. Number 1, Tyson says most lasting cultural innovation occurs through the practices and forms that evolve through the daily lives and interactions of people and place in an organic sequence of adaptation. I cannot agree to this more. It is very hard for us to force top-down change in organizations or in community that will last a long time after the consultants and after the management has left. So the real lasting sustainable change has to actually be interwoven into our culture, into our values and identity, and more importantly into all the actions that we are taking on a daily basis. That leads me straight into the second point that I want to share, which is your identity. James Clear in Atomic Habits says it is so key to successful change or changed habits that we are tying our change behaviors that we want to see to our identity. And you would have maybe noticed that yourself. Years ago, I was saying I just don't have a green thumb, so therefore any plant that I tried to raise, I either watered it to death or I forgot about it and it died anyways, just confirming the identity that I had. Fast forward when I changed my mindset that I do want to live off the produce that my garden can produce. I am now identifying myself as a permaculture gardener, and since I've been doing that in the last 8 to 10 years, I've actually started living in a green paradise, and my friends refer to me as the one that has created a green oasis, not knowing that I used to live on quite a sandy patch here in Western Australia where nothing would have survived. So identity had to shift first. I wanted to become a permaculture gardener and I wanted to live off the land. And then secondly, my actions and my success followed. James Clear in Atomic Habits also says that all beginnings should be small steps, incremental small first steps. And we refer to that often in behavioral change or organizational change as your 1%ers. What is the 1% that you could kind of improve, continuously improve over time, that together will actually compound? And that brings me into tip number 4, compounding. It's consistency over perfection. Do not let perfection stop you from creating change in your organization or in your community. It does not need to be perfect. It just needs to happen consistently. So it gets woven into the identity, the culture, our values, and anything we do. So the habits that we form takes away from the overload that we have in our brains when we have to make decisions over and over. Behavioral change can be so hard because we're creating new neural pathways. But as we have made those decisions tied to our identity first, all we need to do is operate from an automatic kind of point of view. And last but not least, coming back to my gardening, I guess, metaphor here, it is all about sowing the seeds and nurturing the seeds so it can evolve naturally and organically in its own way, adapted to the culture and the people around it. It'll be fit for purpose, and no individual or no steerco can design the change, all the details of the change, better than the people that will actually use and work in those workflows. So you do need to get those people involved as well so that the seed can grow in a way that is sustainable. Think about a seed in the garden. If I put it in and I just really force it along, maybe I'll create a very nice high bed or something like that, and I keep fertilizing it, ideal sunlight, a greenhouse kind of environment. If I now take it out of that environment, or I forget to fertilize or I forget to water, how the plant has gotten used to it, it will not be lasting, it won't be sustainable. So to create sustainable, lasting change, we need to do these 5 things really. We need to incorporate it in our daily lives, in our identity. We need to let it evolve naturally. We need to go for compounding, consistent little small steps over prioritizing perfect actions or perfect big bang changes. And really we need to let creation take its pace or take forward, because we can't design it as well as reality or the organization or the people will do around us. I hope you enjoyed what I've shared. Please like and subscribe the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.